words flying from your lips like darts with poison tips, and they always hit the mark. There must be a bullseye on my heart. Well, you always find a way to twist everything I say. Oh, but baby, not this time, 'cause this time closing down the conversation. Got a one-way getaway ticket waiting on an airplane that I can't wait to catch. Sorry I can't stay and chat, but I think we've said enough. You might not be, but I'm done. You're on your own and it's too bad. So sad, but baby, you can't argue with that. You can yell at the TV or the water dripping in the sink. If you're still wanting more, pick a fight with the creek and hardwood floor, and go a few rounds with yourself instead of blaming everything else. Say whatever hateful things you want now. I'm out. Closing down the conversation. Got a one-way getaway ticket waiting on an airplane that I can't really catch. Sorry I can't stay and chat, but I think we've said enough. You might not be, but I'm done. You're on your own and it's too bad. So sad, baby, you can't argue with that. Already said too much. You might not be, but I'm done. You're on your own and it's too bad. So sad, but baby, you can't argue. Baby, 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 you can't argue with that. Can't argue. Thank you. See, I love that. I usually, when people request something, I usually have to go, nah, I don't remember that. So that was as good for me as it was for you, I promise. We got Nate Kipp in the house. How about a song I wrote with Nate Kipp? This is called "Stand Together for the Kids." Because do y'all have like friends that are staying together for the kids? I do. I've got like one couple in my life where I know the minute that kid walks across the graduation stage from high school, they are gone. It's just immediate upon graduation. That's what he's getting for graduation: a new car and a divorced set of parents. And I'm kind of like, I don't know, man. He's going to grow up thinking that's what love is. So anyway, this is what Nate and I wrote. Drinks lots of wine and we fight all the time. The yard's full of bottle cap lids. I hate her mom, she dates this guy Tom, but we're staying together for the kids. She's always nagging me to get my GED, whatever in the hell that is. Then she blows on my dough at the casino, and we're staying together for the kids. Well, those sweet little babies, yeah, they've got to grow up right. We got an intact family unit here, and that makes Jesus smile. She says, I ain't a man every damn chance you can. It's a picture of wedded bliss. I spend every morning watching internet porn, but we're staying together for the kids. Well, those sweet little babies, yeah, they've got to grow up right. We got an intact family unit here. Just look at us all smile. I sleep in my chair in my white underwear. She's forgotten where her makeup is. But all is forgiven cause we made the decision that we're staying together for the kids. We're never ever splitting, even bought a couple kittens. Yeah, we're staying together for the kids. If y'all don't like that, it's Nate's fault. I tried to write it different. If you do, thank you. Now I'll take my customary drink of scotch. I got an idea. Let's bring the focus back to Jared Medulla. I got to produce this record because I met Jared 4 years ago at a bar that is no longer open. I'm sure you know that bar. Everybody's been to that bar. But I was talking to him for about 10 minutes, and I was looking at him because I'm a skeptical guy. And I was looking at him and I was thinking, is this for real? Is he this? Is anyone this pure of heart? Turns out he was. And we became friends. And this is the first song we wrote together, though definitely not the last. But I got a wife out of the deal, actually. Literally, I've met my wife because of this song, so thank you, Jared. I fooled a lot of folks by painting on a smile. Even managed to keep myself in the dark there for a while. I shined on the outside while I rotted from within. It's sure nice to say I finally like myself again. I'm looking good on the inside for the first time in a long time. I'm back to being me. I'm looking good on the inside, and for the first time in a long time, I'm free. Didn't see a blinding light on some Damascus road. Didn't shake a demon that was eating at my soul. I just made my mind up, and I knew that I had changed. The mirror doesn't show it, but I know it all the same. I'm looking good on the inside for the first time in a long time. I'm back to being me. I'm looking good on the inside, and for the first time in a long time, I'm free. inside for the first time in a long time. I'm back to being me. I'm looking good on the inside, and for the first time in a long time, I am free. Oh, I am free. Oh, I am Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Now, I hope y'all will indulge me for a moment. Not like you have a choice, because I do have the microphone. So say what you will, I will do what I will. But here's what I'm going to do. I learned this song, those of you who were there last night heard this before. But Nate wasn't there, someone tell it for him. And y'all can just sit there. I learned this, my wife was asleep in the bed and I wasn't sleepy, and I was drunk and playing guitar. I played a show that night. I'd already played like 4 hours, I think, and I got home, and we were actually in a hotel, actually. I got up in the hotel and I just wasn't tired of playing yet, so I sat up there and played while she was asleep, and I thought, man, there's never going to be a better time to learn this song. So I sat there, and it took me like 2 hours to learn just the intro. After that, it was pretty easy. So let me take my customary drink of scotch, and I'll play this for you. It's a Kenny Rogers song called She Believes in Me. See? While she lay sleeping, I stay out late at night and play my songs. And sometimes the nights can feel so long. It's good when I finally make it home. We're all alone while she lays dreaming. I try to get undressed without the light, and quietly she asks, how was your night? I go to her and say it was all right. Hold her tight, 'cause she believes in me. I'll never know just what she sees in me. I told her one day if she was my girl, I could change the world with my little songs, but I was wrong. She has faith in me, and so I'll go on trying faithfully. And who knows, baby, on some special night, if my song is right, I'll find a way, I'll find a way. She lays waiting, I stumble to the kitchen for a bite. I see my old guitar there in the light. She's calling to me like a long lost friend. there's no wind, while she lays crying. I fumble with a melody or two. I'm torn between the things that I should do. She says to wake her up when I'm through. God, her love is true, 'cause she believes in me. I'll never know just what she sees in me. I told her one day if she was my girl, I could change the world with my little songs, but I was wrong. She has faith in me, and so I'll go on trying faithfully. And who knows, maybe on some special night, if my song is right, I'll find a way. I'll find a way while she waits. While she waits for me. Thanks for putting up with that. You know, I wish I'd written that song because I'd be richer. Instead, I chose to write some other songs. Big mistake. I kind of suspected it at the time. I'm gonna switch guitars. Let's see what happens. This one will definitely be on the next record, and I would put it on there just for me because I love it. I wrote it about my wife. It's called The Best Thing About Houston because I stole her away from Houston. But I played a show with Dean Dillon last year, and after I got through playing, he came up and he said, "Man, that Houston song is pretty tough." And I was like, "Okay, I don't care what anybody else ever thinks. Dean Dillon likes it. That's good enough for me." And then I was playing a show with another artist who, of note, I won't mention his name, but he like leaned over during the show and he goes, "Man, I want to cut that, but I want to change it from Houston to Nashville." And I went, "Nope. Because this is one of my favorites, so screw you. You want a song about Nashville? Write one." I never did care for the traffic. Never mind the damned humidity. Took a few bad business dealings to finally seal the deal for me with that whole town. So I moved north. I ain't looked back. So did she. Now how about that? And I don't miss blue bonnets, cold 6-point beer. No, I stole my taste of Texas, and she whispers in my ear. And if you'd heard the things that I've heard, I know that you'd agree. The best thing about Houston, the best thing about Houston, lives in Oklahoma with me. Used to love to watch the Astros back when they still played in the dome, and that H on their caps stood for home, at least for a while. So I moved north, I ain't looked back. So did she, and that was that. And I don't miss blue bonnets or cold 6-point beer. No, I stole my taste of Texas as she whispers in my ear. And if you'd heard the things that I've heard, I know that you'd agree. The best thing about Houston, the best thing about Houston, lives in Oklahoma with me. And I don't miss blue bonnets or cold 6-point beer. No, I stole my taste of Texas, and she whispers in my ear. And if you'd heard half the things that I've heard, I know that you'd agree. The best thing about Houston, the best thing about Houston, is lying right here in Oklahoma with me. Thank you. I won't allow anyone to change a word of that. And I don't care if it makes me poorer for it. But I did figure out something interesting the other day. I'm an Okie by history, by birth. No, don't yell yet, because I'm about to leave. I live in Texas now, and I married into a Texas family, right? And my wife's family, there's like 2 branches of it that you can trace back to Stephen F. Austin, like they marched right in with him, which makes them like Mayflower Texans, right? Very deep Texas. And I married in, and the Bible says we are one. So am I not more Texan than like most of y'all, probably, at this point? I think maybe. I think my pedigree's pretty good. My kids are going to be that kind of Texan, right? Okay, then. I think I'm in. You can argue with Jesus, but I'm more Texan than you. And don't nobody get mad and want to fight me in the parking lot over that, because I'm joking. And I know how you people are. But I did tell someone I was a Texan the other day. I said, I'm a Texan. And I felt like I got a promotion or something like that. It was pretty cool. Okay, living in Oklahoma is like the same damn thing without the state pride. All right, this is called the Whatever Happened to That Guy. Who's always looking back on life, but there ain't been anyone like her since high school. And she was my first everything, from date to kiss to diamond ring, the broken heart to that first date of beer, which leads us to here. Now whatever happened to that guy, the one that she kissed on the 4th of July. I wonder if somewhere she's wondering why I'm the whatever happened to that guy. She never even left this town, but it's worse than her just hanging around. She got her a job on the news, and I see her all the time. She's coming on at 9, and I'm the whatever happened to that guy, the one in white. I'm the whatever happened to that guy. Wonder if somewhere she's wondering why I'm the whatever happened to that guy. Thank you, thank you. You only have to put up with me a few moments more, and then we're going to get Medulla and the Medulla experience up here. Up in 2 words. I actually can't do it. I know, 2 words in every line, but you would not believe how hard it is to remember that thing when you drink like I do, and I do. So that's where we're at. I'm really sorry. Carrie Dean asked me to play that last night, too. I probably need to freshen up on it. See, this is what requests are usually like with me, everybody. Thoroughly unsatisfying experiences for everyone. I knew what I was going to play. Oh, I know. I'm going to try a new one. I wrote this like last week. It's called Forever 13. Because I feel like no matter how hard I try, I always sort of slip back to who I was. No matter how many books I read or, goals I write down on paper, which is supposed to improve the likelihood of them happening. I don't believe that anymore. Anyway. Didn't think I still feel this way when I was looking back on 38. But to tell the truth, I still don't have a clue what's going on. In some ways I'm even more confused. When you're a kid you think you got a right to have the blues. But I'm all grown up and this 12-bar beat just won't stop. When in the hell am I gonna stop giving a damn what everybody else thinks about me? Forever 13, forever searching, and always wishing I was something different or more. Forever 13, and still bad at flirting, feeling deep down deserving of something more. You pay the buck, you're either right, and sometimes when it stops you lose your lunch. Your poor old gut can't take another punch. Believe me brother, I ain't here to judge. So I'm tired of dreaming and then always feeling like I'm being kind of pushed around by the big kids on the playground. Why is my voice making this squeaky sound? Forever 13, forever searching, and always wishing for something different than before. Forever 13, and still never learning, feeling deep down deserving of something more. And sometimes it ain't fair, and I get all like, y'all just see if I care. 'Cause I can take my toys and go back home. Did I say grown up? I meant going on. Forever 13, forever yearning, and always wishing, well intentioned, but not much different than before. earth something more. Thank you, thank you. How am I on time? Do I have like 2 more, or 3 more, or 5, or what? 5. 5 it is. All right. We're going to get to stretch our legs a little, people. That's a problem. Y'all going to really get to know me. That sometimes works out well. Any Lonesome Dove fans in the house? If you're not, you should leave probably, right? I mean, like, that's where we're at. But I thought it was like a us thing. I thought it was an Oklahoma, Texas thing because it's like where it all takes place and everything. But I was up playing in Massachusetts, and there was a TNN, like, Lonesome Dove marathon going on that week. And everyone up there was quoting Lonesome Dove. Everywhere you went, it was like, well, if you'll turn around, you'll see what we looked like when we were younger men and they wanted to make us senators around here. Which I did not expect to hear in Massachusetts. So, I wrote a song about it. Because I love it. It's called Lonesome Dove Strong. It's been quite a party. Ain't it, Woodrow? Do you remember when Augusta said that? Was there toward the end when he lay there dying from an arrow and gangrene in his leg? And Carl just stood there and made that promise and went through hell just to keep his word good. Well, I ain't no ranger, I ain't good at talking, but darling, well, that's how I feel for you. I love you, Lonesome Dove Strong, and I ain't no outlaw, and I mean what I say, and I say what I mean, and I really love you, and I intend to marry you. Lori, darling, I love you, Lonesome Dove Strong. And then they took her, and they abused her. He killed 20 men, but he brought her back. Remember how tender he always was with her. My love wears a silver belly hat. I won't hurt you, and I won't leave you, and you'll be the last thing I see when I'm an old cowboy and you're my old lady, and the good Lord comes calling me. I love you, Lonesome Dove Strong, and ain't no outlaw, and I mean what I say, and I say what I mean, and I really love you, and I intend to marry you. You're Lori, darling, I love you, Lonesome Dove Strong. Love you, Lonesome Dove Strong, and I ain't no outlaw, and I mean what I say, and I say what I mean, and I really love you, and I intend to marry you. You're my Lori, darling, pretty as the morning. I love you, Lonesome Dove Strong. Thank you. Oh, I know what I was going to play next. Don't you love it when I include you in my thought process? It's very professional of me. How you doing, man? It's good to see you. This is called Gypsy Standing Still. Another good night gone to hell. Every word you say is a shotgun shell busting through my heart. Lately we've been toe to toe about every day. I can feel a little bit of me slipping away. I wanna love you, but you won't let me love you. What am I supposed to do? I'm a gypsy standing still. I'm a ship in a bottle, and that's the saddest way I've ever found to feel. Wings without the wind, wheels without a throttle, and that's the way it feels, like a gypsy standing still. Oh, oh, oh. Your eyes, your lips, your hair, it's gonna be hard to leave them standing there when I walk away. There's 1,000 reasons I should go. By now you think I ought to know, but I just keep on running in place, like a gypsy standing still, like a ship in a bottle, and that's the saddest way I've ever found to feel. Wings without the wind, wheels without a throttle, yeah, that's the way it feels, like a gypsy standing still. I could love you, still I could need you, but I don't have to live this way. Like a gypsy standing still, like a ship in a bottle, 'cause that's the saddest way I've ever found to feel. Wings without the wind, wheels without a throttle, yeah, that's the way it feels. Yeah, that's the way it feels, like a gypsy standing still. Oh, 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 oh. Thank you, thank you. And I love y'all back so much. Just like 2 of you I don't, but the rest, it runs very deep. Let's see here. I got an idea. Jared Medulla, everybody, come on. CD release, speak easy, but don't speak that easy. This is a song I thought was going to make me rich, because there's been a bunch of people almost cut it, which is wonderful. It's always a happy couple of months. You know, when you think Josh Turner's about to cut it, you don't really like Josh Turner, but you're kind of glad you're going to make a payday. And then you get all tore up because somebody didn't like it, ends up not cutting your song. It's kind of funny. I got all bent out of shape over Clay Walker one time, and I don't really like it. So, how's that for honest? But anyway, Josh Turner was about to cut this song, and he didn't. Would have been perfect for him. I wonder if he ever lays up and wonders why his career's not going great. That's a joke. Cut me off on the scotch. Who still takes the time to handwrite a letter these days? Does anyone change their own or kneel when they pray? Who still knows the taste of a homegrown tomato, or thinks a handshake means it's true? Who does that anymore? I do. If you think I'm old-fashioned, well, baby, you're right. But the way things are these days, I'm not ashamed to be behind the time. I believe in a lifetime, the old black and white kind, love that's always true. Does that anymore? I do. Who remembers down to the braids in your hair what you wore the night we met? Who thinks that old Keith Whitley song that we danced to said it best? Likes opening doors, holding hands, and holding hands with you. Who does that anymore? I do. If you think I'm old-fashioned, well, baby, you're right. But the way things are these days, I'm not ashamed behind the times. I believe in a lifetime, the old black and white kind, love that's always true. Who does that anymore? I do. Who believes in a lifetime, the old black and white kind, love that's always true? That anymore? I do. Baby, I do. Because I want to hear Jared. And I want to watch y'all. Y'all look so damn sharp. Someone walked up to me and said, man, you're dressed better than the last time I saw you, which is true. I call this my Chuck-cedo. Do you like it? It's an idea. I just came up with that. I think I might market it. Okay. I'm going to do two more. And then we're going to bring up the talent. I'm not big on confrontation, except in dire situations, and this is one. I've got one big bone to pick with you. She's the woman that I love, and you came along and snatched her up. What a hateful, hurtful thing to do. Mean old Texas stole my love and left this broken heart to wonder what's so doggone great about that fabled Lone Star State, but she's just as gone as she can be. Texas, give her back to me. You're so deep, you're almost swimming in lovely long-haired Western women, and every single one is at your beck and call. I've been around a time or three. Don't think I have not seen your kind before. You just don't wanna have them all. Mean old Texas stole my love and left this a broken heart to wonder what's so doggone great about that fabled Lone Star State. But she's just gone as she can be. I mean old Texas, give her back to me. Oh, you ain't even ever gonna kiss her. We'll send her home to Oklahoma. You know you won't even miss her. Mean old Texas stole my love and left this a broken heart and wonder what's so doggone great about that fabled Lone Star State. She's just gone as she can be. I mean old Texas, give her back to me. I said mean old Texas, give her back, send her on home to be. Thank you so much. And thank you guys for putting up with me. Again, it's been a joy working with Jared in every capacity, but especially producing this record and giving birth to it and fighting over various and sundry issues and winning some and losing some. Ultimately getting something I thought was better than I expected. And so, not that I'd expected not much, but I expected a lot. But to me, it came out something special, and I'm privileged to be a part of it. And so now, for my last little bit of storytelling, I'll tell about a time I got pulled over outside a bar in Marlow, Oklahoma. A place called Riley's. And you know, when you're in the band, you get through at the end of the night, and you know, everybody thinks you're like partying and everything, which you do squeeze some in occasionally. But most of the time, you're like selling merch and loading gear and unloading. I mean, like, and then like all that stuff, stopping a fight in the band or something like that. And then you got to wait around to get paid. And then you got to finally leave. And by the time you leave, you're the last car in the parking lot. And there's always a cop out there waiting. And so it's just sort of an occupational hazard, because people bring you free drinks all night and then send you out to face the one cop. And, and you know, keep the free drinks coming because I've got a ride. But that's what happened that night. And I got pulled over. I got pulled into the passenger seat. And he was like, how much you had to drink? I said, nothing. He goes, where you been? I said, Riley's. He goes, at the bar? He said, what time did you get there? I said, about 4. He said, and you haven't had anything to drink? I said, no, sir, that's my job. I'm an entertainer. I was the entertainment tonight. And I know people like you are out here waiting. I said, so if I got drunk when I played, I would never make it home. I'd just be in jail. And he was like, okay. He let me go, and I was really glad. So anyway, this is this song about that incident. Last Friday I played 4 hours in a honky-tonk bar. Then I spent another hour loading gear back in my car. It's one of those joints where the owner likes to chat, and if you don't, you're a snob and she won't book you back. I kinda need to eat, so I stayed and I smiled while I thought about my bed and I thought about my wife. I got another date Said my goodbyes and started up the only car still parked outside. I drank some Listerine and lit a cigarette to cover up the scotch that was stinking up my breath. I should have been more careful when I rolled that stop. Every little shit town's got one dick cop. He asked me where I'd been and how much I'd had to drink. It must have sounded true when I said sir, not a thing, cause he issued me a warning and sent me on my way. So don't you tell me where my ass needs to be next Sunday. The Lord loves the music, man, I can guarantee. Or we'd all be in jail by now, my brethren and me. I could have made me anyway, but he made me how I am. That's how I know he comes to shows and taps his toe for the music, man. Well, I finally got home and I finally got to bed, but I couldn't get to sleep. Had a memory in my head, it was 20 years ago. I could barely play guitar, but I popped my gig cherry in a gun and knife bar. It's just a bunch of kids making noise for doing drinks, hitting on the girls, striking out more than you think. And now my drummer's undercover for the DEA, and from what I understand, my lead player day trades. Sometimes I wonder why I never grew up, and things are going good, but I could use a stroke of luck. At night I get tense, cause the future's unclear, but then again I ain't paid for drinking 10 years. The Lord loves the music, man, I can guarantee. We'd all have jobs by now, my brethren and me. He could have made me anyway, but he made me how I am. That's how I know he comes to shows and taps his toe for the music. The Lord loves the music, man, I can guarantee. We'd all be dead by now, the whole damn family. He could have made us anyway, it's his fault we're in this jam. That's how I know he comes to shows and taps his toe for the music, man. That's how I know he comes to shows, sings the words he knows. Beautiful is the plan. Thank you for the songs. Good God, you love this music, man. Thank you guys very, very much. My name's Chuck Allen Floyd, and I've enjoyed it.
There's not a heart